Hey LP, this is Viper here, bringing you an Azmodan game today. Today we're going to be reviewing my Azmodan play on Cursed Hollow. Right now the friendly team is Dahaka, Azmodan, Varian, Lieutenant Morales, Nazebo. The enemy team is Falstad, Anubrak, Kael'thas, Uther, and Vala. Now from the draft we have 2 tanks and essentially 2 mages and Morales. They only have the 1 tank, but with the new Anubrak nurse, he's not much of a solo tank anymore. But they have Uther who can give him armor, and he can be there in front with them. They have an auto attack, and they have Kael'thas, which is mage, and they have Falstad, which is their soul laner. So we have Dahaka and Falstad as soul laners. I'm also soul laner, so. And we have Nazebo. It's a very interesting draft. I think that they won it. I think that they won the draft because Falstad is really good on this map. But into the game. So right now I went to the middle lane just to try to get as many stacks as I could because, you know, being in silver, as you know, there's a lot of middle game fighting. And then I moved down to the bottom lane to start laning, and it looks like I'm laning against Falstad. I've used my trait up here in the empty lane to try to get as much experience as we can. Once again, I'm going with Sieging Wrath. So let's look at damage so far. Is I'm ahead in siege damage, and Nazebo doing what he does, getting that hero damage. The talents, you can see that Kael'thas went for convection, Anubrak doing the new ruby armor, which is good because that goes against my Q. And looks like Nizi was doing a Toad build, Vala doing a Q, and then Uther doing the Wave of Light. Alright, so we're watching ourselves here, looking at, I'm doing well, I'm doing the, I have low health, low mana, but I go and just take this, the fountain here, and we're back in. Noticing that Falstad has no mana, I'm using the E just to try to get him out, and then I can start pushing his lane in a lot more. We have 3 in the middle lane, and then we have Nazebo still going against the Vala here in the top lane. So right now, as far as lanes are concerned, I think we're winning. Look, I'm pretty sure that they probably have a better lane clear with Kael'thas, but we'll keep going from here. So once again, Falstad, being in silver, is, you know, fighting within the minion, so my Q gets a stack plus helps with the wave clear. I am really low on mana here, and the first tribute is probably going to be up very shortly. So looking to see, probably should back as soon as I can. I do have a talent ready. Oh, there you go, Army of Hell. I do that just to try to reduce the mana cost. I use this guy to just check the bushes before I do it, so I don't face check it. Once again, I have no mana. I don't have enough mana for this, so I'm pretty much useless in this entire fight. I'm just going to be auto-attacking and watch as my allies die. Once again, I don't even have a Q to hit on this Falstad. If I did, I would be able to actually help. So that was, once again, mana management. I'm already at 12 stacks of the 25 necessary. Alright, so there we go. We finally took the Falstad. He refused to leave lane. He should have just gone back and healed up, but whatever. Nazebo getting a little low, and our Morales is now out of mana. Varian's back in, but once again, he has no one supporting him, so we should really just be giving this up. Once again, Morales has no mana. I have next to no mana. So we'll just, oh, it seems like it's a lost cause at this point. Should give it up, go and see. Once again, I should have just given it up, gone and back to the fountain, get full mana, and then come back in. But while all this is happening, I'm still using my trade up here in the top. So I'm actually pushing this in as much as I can. There we go. There we go. So we are definitely getting our value. Mana is now around half. There we go, 2 more stacks. Now I'm at 1825. Notice that Vala and Varian are going here at the top. What kind of talents did Varian go? King High Quest and Warbringer. So he's not going tank at all. So that's kind of disappointing. We'll go from there. So second tribute spawns. We do have an XP lead here. I should be grabbing my... There we go. So, now, normally, a lot of people go reduce cast time, increase missile speed. However, since we're in silver, let's be honest here, no one here is really good at dodging. Right there, just got 3 stacks. So I don't need to increase the cast time or the missile speed. But with my bound minion, I can now make this lane, or the opposite lanes, a lot more stronger and be able to push in a lot better. We did end up losing Dahaka there, which is never a good thing, but for some reason we are able to push them off at least a little bit. I'm getting the CC'd here a little bit, but we're pushing them off, and you know, done my stacks here. We are just under 6 minutes in the game, and you know, finished our stacks. This guy is just for zoning. Not that it's going to do much, but we'll see what happens. I do have my trade up, so I should be using that very shortly. There we go. I used it probably at the top lane. Yeah, looks like I used it at the top lane. So that's one thing that I really need to be key on, especially with Azmodan, is to make sure I use my D as soon as it's off. Now, I try to think about using it on the lane that the opposing team has no wave clear, or our team has lacking wave clear, just to help it out. But once again, just try to avoid my own lane, basically. Unless I'm really having trouble, then I start using my lane. But so right now we have the 3 people in here, 3 people in the lane. We have no one soaking middle lane, but I do have my trait there, so it's fine. And then Varian is pushing in the top lane. There's Falstad. So we should really be pushing this a lot harder. I have half mana, and I can use my my Demon Warriors to really be draining the ammo here. Alright, there we go. So I do my Demon Warriors right before I leave, just try to get as much as I can. Varian goes down to Uther, which I'm very surprised with. So 5v4, don't go in. That's very good advice. We have an Ubrak trying to get it. I delay a little bit. So once again, it's still a 5v4. Varian is finally back, but there we go. That's a good kill from Dahaka. Well done. So I'm trying to move here, but they body blocked me completely in. I'm just trying to leave because there's nothing I can do here. Use my trait down in the bottom lane. So Falsta's now going back to soak. And we are going in on this middle lane, trying to do as much as we can. But currently they are soaking 2 lanes where we're soaking 1. So obviously they're going to be winning that. Dahaka using his global to go in and start soaking the bottom lane. We got Nazeebo here at the top. Once again, I'm just doing what Azmodan does and keep using my trait. So we both have level 10. We do have a slight experience lead. Looks like Maras is stuck in the cocoon, so it's not. We'll see what we can do. That was a really poor grenade by her, but that's fine. There we go. A little bit of poke damage. We are looking at siege damage. I'm the highest. on my team. And I'm trying to get some more hero damage done. I'm not doing bad. I could be doing more. Once again, I have the Siege of Wrath with my quest done. So I should really be doing more. It's like she was going for Stim Drone, got stunned there. Or died. So she's got a mini reset. So now the whole goal here is to try to defend as many lanes as we can. Varian. No. Varian Morales were in the middle lane a little bit too long while the tribute was up, and I think that's why we lost that one. We have someone in the cocoon here, which we should probably... There we go. Dahaka is about to go down. There we go. But that's a good chain living bomb by the Kael'thas there. But once again, there's no one. They should really be splitting up. Like, they had too many people here at the bottom. They could go 3-1-1, because then they would have gotten all this experience plus the top. So Falstad did right. He took up that entire top lane. Well, it looks like Varian, who's Twin Blade Varian, is going for Mercs. Our team's thinking that they're taking the boss, but Morales is saying, you know, we can't really do anything about that, so let's just defend the lanes as best we can. And then there we go. So that was good guts by the enemy team. And but Dahaka comes in with the tongue and saves it. So Stim Drone, a Twin Blade Variant, is probably the best we can do, but there we go. Well done. Kael'thas going for the one thing that you'll notice is that this Morales is going to be trying to dictate a lot and making some really bad calls. But he's the only one making any kind of calls, so we're still going to be doing what he says. So it looks like I used my trade up here. Right, we're still in Varian here, so let's go to me. There we are. So using my trade again. Once again on the top lane. Get this pushing. We are taking our boss while Nazeebo's zoning. Well, I was telling me he's in danger, but once again, I'm pretty sure he's just trying to zone them off as much as he can. Alright. So we took that, got the, right before the tribute, which is the best that we can do it. Now, this is what I don't get here. So, Morales, our healer, is saying to go for their boss. Everyone else is going after the tribute, and she's still there, doing nothing. Trying to get Varian to come and help her, although there's a tribute up, and we're trying to grab the tribute. So, I get what the Morales is trying to say here. It's like they have to deal with boss, so they're probably not going to be worrying about the tribute, and they can go ahead and do the boss. But that's just not what's happening at all. So now we got a Varian going in there and dies. Just got me and Nazeebo up here, the two just trying to, you know, do something with the boss. So, like, we got the boss, we didn't push with it, and instead, now we're having these two trying to, once again, do the boss. And what are they getting out of it? Nothing. So, I'm sitting here. I know that this is a lost cause. I should probably be there with them, but I'm not, because if I was there, I'd just die myself. Although it is true, like, be with your team even on the bad calls, because it's more likely you'll get it. So now I'm sitting here trying to figure out, okay, what do we do? So we got Varian doing this camp, which I'm going to help him out with because he'll help us out with the boss. We got my trade up here in the top lane. We're going to have to give up this tribute because there's nothing we can do about it. Morales is flaming because that's what she does. And then we got a Varian here, and we're all just going to try to whittle this boss down because it's going after our keep. And there we go. Falstead's going to clear up this wave really easily. They took this camp while we're all still dealing with this. So we have 2 tributes to 1. They've already had a curse. So now finally I'm just sitting here. I'm not going to be using my fountain. I'm just going to go get full mana and just come back here because that's just... There we go. See if that hits anyone. No, not really, but I tried. She's calling for aid even though there's nothing we can do about it. So I don't know what else to say there. Just going for some wave clear. The talent I've taken was when summons the demon warrior on the impact points. That's help out with just a little bit of poking, a little bit of annoyance. So Varian's calling to give because right now we are down by 2 levels and we have a Morales dead. Nazebo and Morales are, being a little salty to one another. Getting a little bit of lane clear done. And we got Dahaka a little too far out, getting stunned and burnt. But he was able to live it because it's Dahaka. He was able to live through all that, and we were able to pull a kill there on the Uther. We got a nice big lane pushing up here in the top. We got a lane pushing up here in the bottom with my trait. We're all fighting here in the middle. So that's good. At least we're winning on that kind of trades. And you got a stimmed Varian who's going way too deep and dies for it. There it is. So he's taking this stim and thinking that he's God with it. I don't know. Some bad plays going on. We're like the fact that we're still doing as well as we are. So he gusted us, or he gusted half the team back into nothing because the keep's now dead. We have still this top lane pushing in, doing all the work. Kael'thas has to respond, and like this Vela just sitting there doing nothing. I was able to get an easy dunk on him once again. That's this one right here. Instead of needing that because they're not going to move, I got that. So we finally got a curse, and they're calling for boss, and this is once again the worst move you can make. Because right now you have the easiest XP you can get in the entire game. And what are you going to do? Waste time trying to kill a boss. You do that near the end of the curse. At this, you got Nazebo and myself trying to get as much experience as we can. I should be use my trait somewhere. But I'm using my trait to try to get the experience whenever we can. Falstad using his global, doing what we should be doing, and cleaning out these lanes while should be pushing hard here on this keep. There we go. Use my trait. Bound the entire. Now we're just trying to get out. No, I'm just trying to leave. I should be able to get out here because they got Falstad at the bottom. And now, instead of us pushing the 3 lanes, we pushed 1. And we do have the boss going towards, like, this is the worst. This is a horrible, horrible, horrible decision by us. So I'm sitting here waiting for my team to come back up, and we can push core with boss. We're like, yeah, they're level 20, we're not, but we can push core with boss. Now, instead, we're taking a merc camp. I'm going down here in the bottom lane to try to get some XP, and this boss just got 7% damage instead of winning the game. That was a terrible call. No one really pushed. There we go. So once again, I use my minion here to figure out where they're going. There we go. So use my Q, get some damage on there. This. So let's see how much damage I can get on there. Who's trapped in there? Yeah, we got Mirage trapped in there. She's dead. Dead, 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 dead. We got Varian split pushing with the mercant that he got. And we got us trying to run. So this is me just trying to zone them as much as I can, try to keep them back. Nazebo, ice block, perfect, well done. And looks like I got the double trait at level 20. That's yep. So I use the force recruitment at level 20 once again. Just because this is such low level and it's all about split pushing, trying to pull them away, pull them apart, I use that, the double trait, and try to get as much lane as I can. You can see here that I'm looking at, I have 145,000 siege damage right now. Falstad's killing me, but because he's using his global lump, to clean up the waves that I'm creating. I'm getting here the tribute while the rest of my team is fighting, and they're winning too, and that's the power of the level 20 Nazebo, I guess. So I'm just here trying to see what's going on. Nothing. I have my trade up, and I'm using it in the middle lane. So with them dead, we are going to take this boss, and I'm really okay. So right now there we go. So Kael'thas got 2 kills. We got Varian that got 1, but we got the boss, which is going to be pushing keep, and we are all running away. So I'm using my so Nazebo here is calling it very, very well. He's just saying push with the boss. Oh my god, because it's true. We've now gotten 2 bosses that's pushed absolutely nothing. However, we do have at least one of these is bound, and that's pushing the core. They're at 69% now. We have, so they have to respond to the boss and to this top wave, so we get this for free. Varian's going to do this merc camp, and now I don't know if anyone else is watching this. You guys can be looking at the chat a little bit more closely, because I kind of ignore chat at this point. I know that they're flaming each other and just doing whatever. Our boss is up in 25 seconds. We have Dahaka sitting there doing nothing, waiting for that. The only thing that they could really be doing right now is this camp, see? Because that's the only thing they can do, and they should be probably laning, keeping these, because they have 3 lanes pushed up. We can't be there, or else we'll be caught out of position. So if they were to catch, if they were to just sit there, they'd be able to get experience and get, further ahead, because as I said, Falstad is using his global very, very well and keeping us. We got my trait going up in the top here, trying to stop this camp from pushing too hard. And now we have the boss pushing, so now that lane's clear. Once again, we have a boss to an open core, and we're not pushing with it. Instead, we're going after the tribute, which is a curse, so whomever gets this gets a severe advantage. So I would say that Nazebo's making a pretty bad call at this, because if he's here, we'd win this a lot easier. However, since he's not, he's giving them an impossible choice. Because right now, all we can do is delay them backing, because now we have a boss and Nazebo on the core, and like this curse won't even do anything at this point. Like we have mercs on this, and that's game. I don't know. If that was their team, they should have backed a long time ago, and we just tried to delay. But you'll see a little bit more flaming here as Nazebo is just flaming a little bit, and I'm saying good job Nazebo, because he's the one that won the game right there. I get MVP. That's because I just didn't die. It's a weird system, but I didn't die, therefore I got MVP basically. So that's the end of the video. I think I did okay. I used my trait in the off lanes as much as I could. I was there in the team fights. Let's see here. So I was able to do 156,000 in siege damage. That's mostly for my trait. I got 2 kills, 9 assists. And there's the experience, but Falstad, he's the one that kept them ahead. I'm not sure if you'll notice, but like they're pretty much ahead in experience of us the entire game, and that's because of Falstad using his global very, very, very well. But since he was using his global so much and split pushing, he wasn't there doing damage, whereas I was able to not keep up, but I was a little bit behind him, but I was able to be there and get a lot of more hero damage than him. Kel'Thas had a couple great living bombs. Got Vala, who looked like he was split pushing too. I don't know. I think they just had a better like team than us, I guess, but we were able to win it because we had like the lanes pushing, so they had to respond to the lanes pushing, or else they would just slowly lose. So when they did that, we were able to catch them out on and like get favorable team fights. We got 19 kills to their 14, so I think that's just essentially what it was. Just they had to respond to the bound minion that I was doing, and myself. So, and then the rest of the team just kind of rolled together. 8 mercenary camps captured. That probably helped with the pulling part too. I don't know. It's a very interesting game. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this and see why we won. I don't know. I know I figured we won by that, but I'd like to know why you thought we won. Alright, well, thank you very much, and have a great day.